What's good, beautiful souls? Man, today I want to talk about our soul's journey, the hero's journey, and really, when we take on the hero's journey, when we stop living by the limitations by the mind, when we stop living by the limitations of the government and the society that we have grew up in, and the programming that we have been given, when we take on our passions, when we take on our gifts with little to what information we may start with, or what information that may have appeared to us to start these gifts, to start this hero's journey, as we all started in different ways, we all started at different times. And that's what makes all of our own hero's journey so unique, so so beautiful. And if y'all hear sweeper in the back, that's my grandma sweeping. But yeah, our hero's journey. And when we think about our hero's journey, it is really like you see in the movies. Is when them heroes are like, I have a life, I have kids, I have a family, but they know that they have to take on such responsibility, such a calling to them. And this is how we can start off, as this is definitely how mine is starting off. I'm starting, you know what I'm saying, in a small town, 1,000 people max, as if y'all don't know. And I'm just kind of starting with this, taking a risk, taking that leap of faith, but knowing that this is my calling, knowing that this is my hero's journey. And when we start these hero's journey, synchronicities will start to appear. Oh my God, that was a ladybug, just flew in my ear. But synchronicities will start to appear, and we will start knowing ourselves more, understanding what what we are capable of, what we are more, what gives us that energy, what gives us that rush, what keeps us going, and how we are serving others, because this all will come together. It's like a puzzle piece. And ultimately, on the hero's journey, there will be obstacles, there will be challenges, and it is allowing ourselves to be like an eagle and to fly above them challenges, as shamans talk about the eagle. And I'm not too educated on that or know too much about it, but the shamans talk about the ego and how sacred and how it flies so high. And it's when we fly above them challenges, fly above them circumstances, and change the story that our mind might try to give us, or the ego might try to make up as, why is this happening to me, or trying to control it. Because it is a flow, it is a surrender, it is an acceptance to what is right here, what is right now. And that is being in the experience, as my last video talked about, being in the experience and not thinking of the experience. And when we are more into the experience, when we are more in our passion, our gifts, the hero's journey, we ultimately find out more about ourselves, more about our gifts, more about our passions, and are able to apply them and use them to serve others, and to not be selfish, but to be able to give God others and give others information and knowledge and inspire. Because once someone else sees some, I mean, it's just, we can go back as kids, when we saw someone doing something we love, it inspired us. It, you know what I'm saying, when you watch a movie or something and they're fighting or doing some parkour or something, you was inspired to do that. And that is stuff that we can inspire each other to do. That's stuff that we can be the example of. And being an example, and take sacrifice, take risk, it takes all that. And we tend to not see always that on social media with big influencers or successful people. We don't really see that sacrifice as much. Some talk about it, some don't. And that is one of the big things, I think, when coming into or going throughout your hero's journey, is being able to express even them sacrifices, being able to express even some personal stuff. You don't have to, but I feel like it connects us more, and we are all connected, and we are all human at the end of the day, and we all go through our own journey. And when we take on this hero's journey, it, like I said at first, we start from different places. So you really never know how it's gonna go, and not trying to predict it, not trying to be like, oh, I need to know this or I need to know that, and trying to have a, which leads to an attachment to outcome. When you fully accept, fully surrender, your actions become actions of clarity. The intention behind your actions are clear. You are doing the actions because it's not like you do nothing and you just sit, surrender, and accept and do nothing, but you are more clear with your actions, and your actions become more aligned with your hero's journey, become more aligned with your passions, with the gifts that you are expressing. And it is all a process at the end of the day, and it is when we are in love and being in that process, and being in love with that process, that we can continue to still have them elevated emotions, to love the present moment, and to spread that to others, and to be example for that to others. As you know what I'm saying, I'm very isolated in times like this right now. I live in a small town, as y'all see, but I am around nature. I'm around beautiful, beautiful nature, and it is when I get to connect with nature. And I used to think of it like a trap. I was like, I'm trapped here all the time. There's no opportunities. But that is the story that I was projecting. And when I reframe that story, when I change that story into, no, I'm around nature. I'm around Mother Gaia, our true mother, our sacred mother. Um, then the story was changed. And now I'm so much more grateful. And I express that throughout my relationships to y'all. And this was my calling, and I am on my hero's journey, and y'all seeing it real time. But that is why I love doing this. That is why I'm going to continue to do this, especially with full passion, with all the knowledge that I am applying to my life and gaining wisdom from. And definitely a lot to come in the future. As you know what I'm saying, when you're on your hero's journey, it is just like a hero. I mean, we see in the movies that these heroes go through a lot of shit, and you know what I'm saying, we're human at the end of the day, and that's where a lot of people give up on their hero's journey, is when they think that the circumstances or the challenges that have come are there to just put them down, or to really just mess up everything, or be detrimental to their journey. And really it is there to grow us, to strengthen us, to expand us even more, especially on our journey. And yeah, this is really, they put it in the movies so that, you know what I'm saying, we just think it's fiction, but there's really things that we are going through. It's really things that we can apply to life, and our belief, our imagination, our childlike states, our childlike things that we used to do as a child can help us so much when having that belief, when having that magic again, when feeling that magic, because doing this will put you back in that childlike state again. I used to film videos when I was younger as a kid, and I had forgotten all about it, but it had all made sense, because we come back sometimes, we forget to remember, and that is why we are here, because we do not remember all of our past lives, as I believe, and we came here for a purpose. I don't believe nothing is random. I don't believe life just happens randomly. And it is getting to your calling, and it is being in the experience fully, and loving the progress, loving the circumstances, the challenges, knowing that the ups are going to come too, and the challenges that come are the ones that make you strong, that give you the lessons to learn, to spread to others, and not just to take it in for yourself, but to guide others that are going through similar challenges or challenges in general. And when in doing that, that is ultimately the compassion, the love that we have all inside of us, that we have all in our heart, all in our chakras. And yeah, this really just all ties in together when going on your hero's journey. And the synchronicities will appear, magic will start happening. And when noticing that, and when noticing that, it will all come together even more. And when noticing that and taking in the full experience of that will help you be more aware on your journey, and ultimately being aware, being present, and being grateful for even the times that seem like there is there is no hope. Even being grateful and being in gratitude, being in love, being in compassion in them moments are so critical, because them are the moments that attract more of that gratitude, more of that compassion, and more of that love, and helps you be like that throughout relationships with people, with circumstances, and with the progress that is happening in your hero's journey. Because it is simple, but it is not always easy. And it was never meant to be. Because if life was just so easy, again, it'd just be like, it'd be no growth, it'd be no expansion. And yeah, it's great to remind yourself of these, and it's great to have these deep inside your mind, knowing that on your hero's journey, you are truly a hero going through its journey. You are truly being made in the process, and having fun with that process, being in love with that process, and having compassion for others, knowing that they have their own hero's journey, they have their own processes, and they are sometimes limited to their own awareness, because we are only limited to our own awareness. That's why in the past I have compassion for my old self, because he did not know. He was limited to his awareness. But that is why we are being called. That is why we are being awakened now. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning into the vid. And let me know y'all. Let me know y'all. Yeah. Passions. Yeah, hold on. And we all have our passions. No, I'm coming. Hold on. And we all have our passions. And we all have our gifts. I love you. I'll see you.